I'm out.
No.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Some ideas were cast aside, some dreams dismissed, and some ambitions ignored.
Arg, Billy, I'm out.
But a Shark Tank rejection doesn't always spell doom for a business. Even the sharks don't always get it right, and some rejected entrepreneurs have gone on to build multi-million-dollar empires.
But now that we've sold over $10 million of Rocketbooks, I'm gonna go for a swim.
Be careful of the sharks.
Today, we'll uncover the inspiring journeys of those who turned a no into a game-changing success.
Sharks.
Well, 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 look who's back.
These are pitches that made millions without a shark in sight. Number 11, coat checks. Imagine entering a high-end event, handing over your coat, and never worrying about losing that tiny, flimsy paper ticket. Sounds futuristic, right? Well, back in 2012, a young entrepreneur named Derek Pack stepped onto the Shark Tank stage with a bold vision to revolutionize the coat check industry. His company, Coat Checks, promised to eliminate the hassle of lost tickets and long lines by using facial recognition and visual profiling technology. Derek Pack wasn't your average entrepreneur. He was a college student at Indiana University who saw a glaring problem at bars and nightclubs. People constantly losing their coats or having them stolen. Traditional coat check systems were unreliable, messy, and outdated. So he came up with Coat Checks, a digital ticketless system where customers checked in their belongings using a quick photo, making lost tickets a thing of the past. With just 5 months of testing, Coat Checks had already made $50,000, but it had yet to launch fully. That didn't stop Pac from valuing his company at $2 million, seeking $200,000 for 10% equity. The sharks listened intently, intrigued but skeptical. The sharks' reactions were mixed, to say the least. While Mark Cuban showed genuine interest in the concept, he questioned its scalability potential. Damon John couldn't reconcile with the steep valuation, given the minimal revenue. Kevin O'Leary and Lori Greiner quickly dismissed the opportunity, citing concerns about profitability. But then came Mark Cuban, the Dallas Mavericks owner and self-made billionaire. He saw potential in the concept and was the only shark willing to make an offer. However, it wasn't the deal Pac was hoping for. Instead of the $2 million valuation, Cuban slashed it to just $606,000, offering the same $200,000, but for a massive 33% stake in the company. For a young entrepreneur standing before one of the most powerful investors on Shark Tank, this was a defining moment. The tension in the room was thick. Should Pac accept Cuban's deal and secure a powerful partner, or should he gamble on himself? He briefly stepped away to consult his business partner and, in a shocking twist, declined the offer. The sharks were stunned. Walking away from Cuban wasn't something entrepreneurs did lightly. But Pac had one belief: his company was worth more, and he wasn't willing to give away a third of it that early. Rejecting Mark Cuban could have been the end of Coat Checks, but instead, it was just the beginning. Although he left Shark Tank without a deal, the national exposure was priceless. Coat Checks quickly rebranded to Checksology and expanded beyond coat checking to include bag checking, rental services, and event management solutions. Suddenly, companies like Nike, Live Nation, American Express, and the Museum of Modern Art were knocking on their door. The company's growth trajectory has been nothing short of extraordinary. By 2016, a single event at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week generated more revenue than Coat Checks' entire first year of operations. The digital revolution that began with a simple coat check system has evolved into a comprehensive solution for asset management and tracking. Today, Checksology makes over $5.1 million in annual revenue. Number 10, Doorbot. A billion-dollar business walked into Shark Tank, and the sharks let it walk right out the door. In 2013, Jamie Siminoff pitched Doorbot, a revolutionary smart video doorbell that allowed homeowners to see and talk to visitors from anywhere in the world using their smartphones. It was an invention that could change home security forever. Yet the sharks didn't bite. They saw risk. Siminoff saw the future. What happened next? When Jamie Siminoff stepped onto the Shark Tank stage in Season 5, He wasn't just another hopeful entrepreneur, he was a man on a mission. His invention, Doorbot, was simple yet effective. A wireless video doorbell that allowed homeowners to see and communicate with visitors through their smartphones. At a time when smart home technology was still emerging, Doorbot provided an easy solution to a common problem. Siminoff sought $700,000 for 10% equity, valuing his company at $7 million, a figure that raised eyebrows among the sharks. On paper, it seemed like a no-brainer. The market was wide open and security was a growing concern, but the sharks weren't convinced. With genuine enthusiasm, he showcased how Doorbot could benefit homeowners as they can screen visitors from any location, communicate with delivery personnel, and deter potential burglars. As Siminoff stood before the sharks, waiting for a deal that could change his life, the response was far from what he had hoped. Mark Cuban questioned whether Doorbot could fend off competitors in the tech-heavy security space. Lori Greiner and Robert Herjavec weren't sure the market was ready for a smart doorbell. Barbara Corcoran was out, doubting its mass appeal. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, made an offer, but it wasn't for equity. Instead, he proposed a complicated royalty-based deal, which Siminoff saw as a financial trap. One by one, the sharks backed out. Siminoff had entered the tank hoping to secure funding, but he walked away with nothing but rejection. He admitted that it was devastating. He had maxed out his credit cards and his company was barely surviving. For most entrepreneurs, this could have been the end. But for Siminoff, it was only the beginning. Siminoff left the tank without a deal, but the exposure from the show proved invaluable. After his appearance on Shark Tank, public interest in Doorbot surged. Seizing this opportunity, Siminoff rebranded the product as Ring, a name that would become synonymous with smart home security. The company underwent significant changes with improved product design, enhanced user experience, expanded range of products, and implemented strategic marketing efforts. A turning point came when Richard Branson invested $28 million in 2015 and owned a 5% stake, validating Ring's potential. The company's debut on QVC exceeded expectations, generating $22.6 million in sales within just 24 hours. In 2018, Amazon acquired Ring for over $1 billion, a remarkable achievement for Siminoff and his team. In an ironic twist, Siminoff returned to Shark Tank, but this time as a guest on Shark. His journey from rejected entrepreneur to billionaire investor showcases the power of determination and creativity. Today, Ring remains a leader in the smart home security industry, with millions of devices installed globally and an expanding array of security solutions, including enterprise video surveillance. Number 9. Copa Vino. Picture this. You're at a concert, craving a glass of premium wine, but dealing with bottles and corkscrews seems like a hassle. James Martin had the same thought in 2009 when he launched Copa Vino, a revolutionary single-serve wine concept that would shake up the beverage industry. Martin's innovative approach packaged premium wine in ready-to-drink glasses, eliminating the need for traditional bottles and corkscrews. His timing couldn't have been better. The market was ripe for disruption, and Copa Vino offered the perfect blend of convenience and quality. Walking into the Shark Tank in 2011, Martin sought $600,000 for 20% equity. With impressive sales of $500,000 in just 5 months, the numbers spoke volumes. The sharks circled with interest, but there was a catch. They wanted to split the packaging technology from the wine business. Martin stood firm, believing his integrated approach was the secret ingredient to success. He left empty-handed but undeterred. The entrepreneurial spirit called Martin back to the tank in 2012. This time, armed with $5 million in sales projections, he adjusted his ask to $300,000 for 5% equity. The atmosphere grew tense as negotiations unfolded. Kevin O'Leary offered $300,000 for 12% equity, while others pulled out. Martin walked out without a deal. Martin's decision to maintain control proved prophetic. By 2015, Copa Vino's annual sales soared past $20 million, transforming from a rejected pitch to a market phenomenon. The company's strategic partnerships opened doors to major retailers like Walmart, Target, premium grocery chains, sports stadiums, and music festivals. The product's success validated Martin's vision of revolutionizing wine consumption. Copa Vino's distribution now spans across the United States and Canada, with the single-serve wine category growing exponentially. Copa Vino didn't just survive without a deal, it thrived, reshaping how people enjoy wine one glass at a time. To date, Copa Vino has sold 38 million cups of wine in places ranging from local convenience stores and supermarket chains to Marriott hotels and sports arenas and stadiums, and the company claims to have made $12 million in sales in 2016. Number 8. Bouqs Company. Not everyone who walks into the Shark Tank with a business idea worth $100 million gets told that it's not good enough. But in the case of John Tabas, it was an outright rejection. In Season 5, May 2014, John Tabas was armed with a vision to revolutionize the floral industry through his company, the Bouqs Company. He aimed to change how people purchase and receive flowers by implementing a direct farm-to-consumer model. The concept was straightforward: source flowers from sustainable farms near the equator, eliminate unnecessary middlemen, and offer transparent, flat-rate pricing at $40 per bouquet. Tabby sought $258,000 for 3% equity, valuing his company at $8.6 million, a figure that made the Sharks cringe. Mark Cuban and Robert Herjavec were put off by the small equity stake. Kevin O'Leary couldn't overlook the 6-day shipping time, while Barbara Corcoran wrinkled her nose at the company name. Lori Greiner questioned the competitive advantage. Unfortunately, the pitch faltered under the intense scrutiny of the tank, leaving Tabas without a deal. However, this rejection led to unexpected outcomes. Within months after the episode aired, the Bouqs secured $1.7 million in seed funding. Sales surged to $700,000 in just 11 months, demonstrating the market's demand for transparent and sustainable flower delivery. The company's growth caught the attention of an unexpected admirer, Robert Herjavec himself. In an ironic twist reminiscent of reality TV, Herjavec stumbled upon the Bouqs while organizing his wedding with Dancing with the Stars partner Kim Johnson. Frustrated by traditional florists' exorbitant prices, he recalled Tabas's pitch. After ordering flowers for his wedding and experiencing the service firsthand, Herjavec personally reached out to Tabas and became an investor. The company's growth skyrocketed like a flourishing garden in springtime. By 2018, the Bouqs had expanded its workforce from 5 employees to over 60 and generated $88 million in sales. Their success attracted $30 million in funding from Japanese investment firm Yamasa, opening doors for expansion into Japan's lucrative $7 billion floral market. Even Mark Cuban later admitted that the Bouqs ranked among his biggest missed investment opportunities. Today, the Bouqs stands tall as a company valued at over $100 million, an embodiment of how rejection can sometimes lead to sweeter success stories. Number 7. Bedjet. A former NASA engineer's sleep innovation sparked one of the most remarkable comeback stories in Shark Tank history. Mark Aramli stepped into the tank armed with his revolutionary climate control system, Bedjet, seeking $250,000 for 10% equity. His pitch centered on a sophisticated solution to a universal problem, achieving the perfect sleep temperature. Drawing from his experience developing spacesuit climate control systems at NASA, Aramli created a remote-controlled device that could instantly heat or cool any bed. The system's advanced technology allowed precise temperature regulation throughout the night, promising better sleep quality for users. The Sharks' response was ice cold. With 0 sales and a $500 price tag, the panel saw red flags everywhere. Lori Greiner's harsh criticism of Aramli's communication style during the pitch added salt to the wound. The inventor left the tank without a deal, but his determination remained unshaken. The rejection proved transformative. When the episode aired, Bedjet's website crashed from overwhelming traffic. Viewers recognized the product's potential, particularly those struggling with night sweats and hot flashes, temperature-related sleep disorders, couples with different temperature preferences, and medical conditions affecting temperature regulation. Aramli had mortgaged his house and invested his life savings into Bedjet. This all-in approach, combined with his unwavering belief in the product, drove him to push forward with production despite the shark's skepticism. The market response validated his vision. Bedjet quickly gained traction among diverse customer groups, from menopausal women seeking relief from night sweats to athletes requiring optimal sleep conditions. The product's effectiveness in addressing these specific needs created a loyal customer base that grew through word-of-mouth recommendations. By 2020, Bedjet had sold over 100,000 units, crushing the shark's initial doubts about market demand. The company's growth trajectory continued upward, reaching impressive milestones with $5 million in annual sales, $30 million in lifetime revenue, $30 million in company valuation, and thousands of positive customer reviews. Today, Bedjet continues to innovate in the sleep technology space, expanding its product line and reaching new markets. Number 6, Rocketbook. Imagine this, you're in a meeting frantically taking notes, knowing you'll have to digitize them later. Now picture those notes automatically showing up in your cloud storage with just a quick scan. That's exactly what Joe LeMay and Jake Epstein presented on Shark Tank in 2017. A game-changing combination of traditional writing and digital convenience called Rocketbook. The founders entered the tank asking for $400,000 in exchange for 10% ownership, armed with their groundbreaking smart notebook that seamlessly connected handwritten notes and digital storage. Their pitch showcased a deceptively simple yet brilliant concept. Users could write with special pilot-free Xeon pens, scan their notes using the Rocketbook app, and watch as their handwritten content appeared in their preferred cloud service. The early version even had a quirky feature where you could erase your notes by microwaving the notebook. Just pop it in the microwave, and voila, clean pages ready for reuse. This unique blend of traditional writing and modern technology caught the attention of students, professionals, and environmentally conscious consumers looking to reduce paper waste. However, the shark's response was less enthusiastic than anticipated. Despite Rocketbook's impressive features and growing market interest, concerns arise from challenges in scaling manufacturing, competition from digital tablets, uncertainty about long-term market viability, and complexity of the product. These doubts resulted in no offers from the sharks, leaving LeMay and Epstein empty-handed. However, this rejection marked the beginning of an incredible success story. Rocketbook's journey after Shark Tank reads like a fairy tale for startups. The company has already demonstrated its market appeal through crowdfunding and raised $1.8 million on Kickstarter in 2015. The exposure from Shark Tank sparked rapid growth. The company made a smart pivot by introducing the Rocketbook Everlast, replacing the microwave erasable feature with a simple wipe clean system. This innovation streamlined the user experience and broadened market appeal. By 2020, Rocketbook's success caught the attention of pen manufacturing giant BIC, leading to an acquisition estimated at $40 million that significantly boosted the brand's growth potential. Current figures paint an impressive picture with annual revenue at $32 million and an estimated $44 million net worth. It also gained a widespread presence in retail stores and strong sales performance on Amazon. Number 5, Kodiak Cakes. Walking away from Shark Tank without a deal can feel devastating. Some even think they might have thrown away their biggest opportunity, only to turn their business into a $300 million powerhouse that leaves the sharks kicking themselves for missing out. That's exactly what happened with Kodiak Cakes, a brand that transformed a simple family pancake recipe into one of the biggest names in the health food industry. But it didn't happen overnight. In fact, before Shark Tank, Kodiak Cakes almost didn't survive at all. A young Joel Clark spent his childhood selling brown paper bags of his grandfather's whole-grain pancake mix door-to-door in Salt Lake City. Little did he know this humble beginning would transform into a multi-million-dollar health food empire that would one day catch the attention of Shark Tank's notorious investors. In 1982, Joel's mother began packaging their family's cherished pancake recipe, a distinctive blend of whole grains and protein that stood apart from the refined flour mixes dominating supermarket shelves. The business remained modest until 1995 when Joel took the reins, driven by an unwavering belief in the product's potential. Fast forward to 2014, Joel Clark and Cameron Smith stepped into the Shark Tank spotlight, seeking $500,000 for a 10% stake in their company. Their pitch highlighted Kodiak Cake's presence in major retailers like Walmart and Target, alongside impressive sales figures. The Sharks' interest peaked when they tasted the protein-packed pancakes, but the negotiations quickly turned sour. Robert Herjavec saw potential, offering $500,000 for 35% equity. Kevin O'Leary and Barbara Corcoran pushed even harder, demanding 50% of the company for the same investment. Clark and Smith stood their ground, believing these offers severely undervalued their brand's potential. They walked away empty-handed, but confident in their decision. The infamous Shark Tank effect proved powerful. Kodiak Cake's sales skyrocketed from $3.6 million in 2013 to $6.7 million the following year. This surge validated the founders' decision to maintain control of their company. Their dedication to creating protein-rich, whole-grain products resonated with health-conscious consumers, creating a loyal customer base that continued to grow. By 2016, revenue had exploded to $16 million, and Kodiak Cakes expanded beyond pancake mix. Their product line grew to include frozen waffles and flapjacks, power-packed oatmeal, protein-rich granola bars, graham crackers, and baking mixes. The brand's commitment to combining nutrition with taste caught the attention of private equity firm L. Catterton, which acquired a majority stake in 2021. This partnership fueled unprecedented growth, pushing Kodiak Cakes into more than 26,000 stores nationwide. Today, Kodiak Cakes stands as a $300 million powerhouse in the health food industry. Their partnership with actor Zac Efron as brand ambassador has introduced their products to new audiences, while Joel Clark and Cameron Smith continue leading the company's innovation efforts. Their journey from a family recipe to rejecting the sharks to building a protein pancake empire proves that sometimes the best deals are the ones you don't make. Number 4, coffee meets bagel. Turning down $30 million might sound like the worst decision ever, but for three sisters with a bold vision, it was just the beginning of something even bigger. In the cutthroat world of online dating, where apps like Tinder and Bumble dominate the scene, coffee meets bagel, CMB took a completely different approach. Three sisters sitting around a table, brainstorming how to revolutionize online dating. Not with endless swiping, but with meaningful connections. That's how Coffee Meets Bagel, CMB, came to life in 2012, created by Dawoon, Aram, and Sukang. The sisters noticed a fundamental flaw in existing dating apps. They treated finding love like a numbers game. CMB took a radically different approach. Men received a carefully curated selection of potential matches daily, while women could choose from a pool of men who had already expressed interest. This innovative slow dating concept prioritized quality connections over rapid-fire matches. When the Kang sisters stepped onto the Shark Tank stage in the 2015 season 6 episode 13, they came prepared with impressive numbers: 400,000 plus users and a clear monetization strategy through premium features. Their ask? $500,000 for 5% equity. Kevin O'Leary questioned how Coffee Meets Bagel could compete with Tinder, which was already exploding in popularity. Barbara Corcoran wasn't sure if the app's monetization strategy through in-app purchases and premium features would work long-term. The atmosphere in the tank grew electric as Mark Cuban made an unprecedented move, offering $30 million to buy the entire company outright. The sisters' response left everyone stunned. Without hesitation, they declined Cuban's offer, the largest in Shark Tank history. Many questioned their decision, but the Kang sisters stood firm in their belief that Coffee Meets Bagel could become something far more valuable. Turning down $30 million might seem crazy, but the Kang sisters' gamble paid off. After the episode aired, Coffee Meets Bagel exploded in popularity. Millions of new users flocked to the app, intrigued by its unique approach to dating. Investors took notice, and the company secured $23.2 million in venture funding from major firms like NTT Docomo Ventures and Atami Capital. The app expanded internationally, reaching users in Singapore, Hong Kong, and Australia. The sisters had bet on themselves, and it was working. But the online dating world was evolving fast, and if Coffee Meets Bagel wanted to survive, it had to keep innovating. To stay ahead of Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge, Coffee Meets Bagel had to do more than just offer curated matches. So they reinvented the app. They introduced video profiles that allowed users to see potential matches more authentically. Virtual speed dating was also introduced, which made it easier to meet people beyond just photos and text. AI-powered matchmaking helped create even stronger, more compatible connections. The app's evolution didn't stop there. In 2022, CMB doubled down on its core philosophy with a rebrand emphasizing slow dating. This strategic move distinguished them further from swipe-heavy competitors, attracting users tired of superficial connections. Today, Coffee Meets Bagel stands tall with an estimated worth exceeding $150 million, more than 5 times Cuban's offer. Number 3, zero shoes. Injuries can be a major setback for athletes, especially sprinters who rely on their speed and agility. But what if there was a way to overcome these obstacles and achieve greatness? That's exactly what happened with Zero Shoes, a brand that has revolutionized the world of running footwear. Steven Sashen's running injuries led him down an unexpected path. As a competitive sprinter, traditional running shoes weren't doing him any favors. His eureka moment came from an unlikely source, the Tarahumara people of Mexico, known for running hundreds of miles in simple sandals. In 2009, Steven and his wife Lena Phoenix crafted their first pair of minimalist sandals in their garage. These weren't just any shoes, they were a modern take on the ancient Huarache design, allowing feet to move naturally while providing essential protection. Their initial brand, Invisible Shoes, caught the attention of barefoot running enthusiasts worldwide. Armed with 25,000 sales across 87 countries, Steven and Lena stepped into the Shark Tank seeking $400,000 for 8% equity. Their pitch was solid, a proven product with global appeal and growing demand. The numbers spoke volumes, accompanied by a $5 million valuation backed by real sales and passionate customers. The Sharks' reactions ranged from skeptical to dismissive. Mark Cuban questioned the mass market potential, Damon John balked at the valuation, and Robert Herjavec worried about distribution challenges. However, Kevin O'Leary saw potential but wanted 50% of the company, a stake that would strip the founders of control. Steven and Lena made the bold choice to walk away, protecting their vision for the future of barefoot-inspired footwear. The Shark Tank appearance, despite ending without a deal, catapulted Zero Shoes into the spotlight. The company rebranded from Invisible Shoes to Zero Shoes in 2013, expanding beyond sandals to create a full line of minimalist footwear like athletic shoes, casual boots, performance sneakers, and trail running shoes. Their direct-to-consumer approach cut out traditional retail markups, making premium minimalist footwear accessible to more people. The strategy paid off. Revenue hit $1 million within a year of their Shark Tank appearance. By 2020, Zero Shoes' revenue soared past $12.5 million, proving the Sharks had underestimated both the market and the founders' determination. The company's reach expanded to 97 countries, building a devoted following among marathon runners, CrossFit athletes, hiking enthusiasts, and everyday comfort seekers. Number 2, hammer and nails. Michael Elliott, a Hollywood screenwriter, found himself in a traditional nail salon, surrounded by pink walls and feminine decor. It was an awkward moment for him, but it sparked an idea that would change the game for men's grooming. Hammer and Nails, a luxury grooming lounge exclusively for men. In 2013, Elliott decided to leave behind his successful career as a screenwriter, known for films like Brown Sugar, and venture into entrepreneurship. His goal was clear: create a space where men could indulge in self-care without feeling any threat to their masculinity. The outcome? A revolutionary concept that combined the coziness of a man cave with top-notch grooming services. The first Hammer and His Nails location opened in Los Angeles, featuring premium leather chairs reminiscent of luxury car interiors, personal flat-screen TVs at each station, private grooming areas for enhanced comfort, masculine decor with dark wood and industrial elements, and premium whiskey and beer service. With passion and an innovative idea in hand, Elliott entered the Shark Tank seeking $200,000 for 20% equity. He emphasized the untapped potential in men's grooming, a market desperately in need of fresh ideas. However, despite his convincing pitch, the Sharks remained unconvinced. Kevin O'Leary raised concerns about the scalability of a physical business. Lori Greiner appreciated the concept, but doubted whether men would be willing to pay high prices for grooming services. Robert Herjavec focused on Elliott's lack of business experience, while Mark Cuban expressed worries about the difficulties of expanding physically. The Sharks ultimately decided not to invest, leaving Elliott without a deal. But sometimes rejection can fuel determination. The exposure from Shark Tank brought an unexpected surge of interest. Men all over Los Angeles flocked to experience this one-of-a-kind concept, proving that Elliott's market research was spot on. Private investors saw the overwhelming response and eagerly stepped in where the Sharks had hesitated. Elliott made a brilliant move by shifting to a franchise model. This strategic decision allowed for rapid growth while still keeping the brand's premium image intact. The service menu expanded to include premium haircuts and styling, luxury shaves and beard grooming, hand and foot grooming services, professional massage treatments, and custom facial treatments. By 2023, Hammer & Nails had grown to over 40 locations across the country. The success of the brand validated Elliott's original vision. Men were ready for a grooming experience that honored their masculinity while providing top-notch services. Celebrity clients and social media buzz played a significant role in establishing Hammer & Nails as the go-to destination for discerning men. To further enhance customer loyalty and generate consistent revenue, the company introduced membership programs. Since Elliott's appearance on Shark Tank, the men's grooming industry has seen tremendous growth, with Hammer & Nails leading the way in offering premium services. Number 1. Nerdwax. Imagine this. You're on stage, giving it your all, when suddenly your glasses start sliding down your nose. This frustrating situation led to an ingenious invention that would later become a global success story, despite being rejected on national television. Don Hedgney, a musician from Nashville, knew this annoyance all too well. During his performances, he'd constantly push his glasses back up his nose, breaking his concentration and connection with the audience. Instead of accepting this as an unavoidable problem, Don decided to take matters into his own hands and create a solution: Nerdwax. The idea behind Nerdwax was brilliantly simple: a natural beeswax-based balm that creates friction between your glasses and skin, keeping them securely in place. Unlike traditional fixes like nose pads or straps, Don's creation stood out by being an organic, non-toxic, and virtually invisible when applied. In 2015, Don and his wife made their way onto the set of Shark Tank, hoping to secure $80,000 in exchange for 20% equity in their company. Their pitch was compelling. They had identified a common problem affecting millions of glasswearers worldwide and developed an elegant solution. The Sharks were immediately drawn to the product's clever branding and straightforward approach. However, as the pitch went on, doubts began to surface. Kevin O'Leary expressed concerns about customer retention, suggesting users might forget to reapply the wax and abandon the product. Lori Greiner saw potential, but recommended licensing the formula to established eyewear brands instead of pursuing direct sales. As each shark found their reason to pass on the investment, it became clear that securing a deal would be unlikely. Walking away without a deal might have crushed another entrepreneur's spirit, but not Don's. The exposure from Shark Tank propelled Nerdwax into the limelight, resulting in an incredible $150,000 in sales within just 72 hours of the episode airing. This surge in revenue surpassed their entire previous year's earnings. The Hedgneys seized this opportunity and expanded their production capabilities while staying true to their commitment to quality and family-run operations. They strategically focused on direct-to-consumer sales, building a passionate community through social media engagement. Their product line grew to include various sizes and packaging options, meeting diverse customer needs without straying from their core offering. Today, the company has expanded its reach to over 100 countries, while maintaining its independence and debt-free status. An impressive feat in the startup world. Major publications like Forbes and Business Insider have highlighted their journey as an inspiring example of turning rejection into triumph. Their success proves that sometimes the best response to rejection is simply pushing forward with unwavering determination. Which Shark Tank reject surprised you the most? Let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.